Here we go again. The echoes of Anfield are still fresh, the roars, the disbelief, the moment Manchester United walked into enemy territory and came out 2-1 victors against Liverpool. But while fans are still replaying Maguire's header and Mbeumo's lightning strike, at Carrington the message from Ruben Amorim is clear. Celebration is over, evolution continues. Under the soft drizzle of Manchester skies, United returned to training this morning with a mix of energy, laughter, and laser-sharp focus. The Anfield triumph was massive, a statement win. But Amorim knows consistency is what separates contenders from champions, and that's exactly what this session was all about. There was no sign of fatigue or overconfidence. Instead, there was rhythm, the sound of boots against turf, passes zipping across the pitch, and players encouraging each other with that newfound United unity. Bryan Mbeumo, the hero of Anfield's opening goal, looked as sharp as ever, smiling through the drills but showing zero signs of slowing down. Amorim pulled him aside several times, discussing positioning and pressing patterns, a small moment that showed how central Mbeumo has become to the system. Cunha trained with intensity, his link-up play with Bruno Fernandes and Benjamin Sesko continuing to draw nods of approval from the coaching staff. Amorim's emphasis was on transitions, quick counter-pressing and structured shape when out of possession. Amorim gathered the squad midway through the session, his tone calm but assertive. What we did at Anfield was special, but the next one matters more. The standard stays high, every day, every game. The session then switched to tactical refinement, wide overloads, defensive coordination, and quick passing triangles that have now become Amorim's trademark at United. Seen Lammens, fresh off his heroic saves at Anfield, trained separately with the goalkeeper coaches. The young Belgian looked confident, commanding his box and diving sharply during reflex drills. Sources within Carrington say Amorim has been hugely impressed by Lammens' development, with staff privately calling him a leader in the making. Meanwhile, Maguire and De Ligt trained lightly after their physically demanding performances. Both are fit but were given recovery-based sessions, stretching, pool work, and light jogging. Their chemistry in the backline has been one of the unsung stories of United's resurgence. Physios confirmed that Mason Mount and Luke Shaw have stepped up their recovery programs and could be in contention for selection in the coming weeks. Mount in particular was spotted working on sprint drills under Amorim's supervision, showing promising signs of sharpness. Kobbie Mainoo, who came off the bench at Anfield, trained fully and looked dynamic in midfield drills. His understanding with Bruno Fernandes continues to blossom, another sign that Amorim's vision for a balanced, intelligent midfield is coming to life. In a short behind-the-scenes clip released by Manchester United's media team, Amorim could be heard saying, "The fans are proud, but let's give them more reasons to be proud. We build something that lasts, not just moments." It's this mentality that's redefining United. The team isn't just winning, they're evolving. Speaking after training, Captain Bruno Fernandes echoed his coach's sentiment. The win was important, yes, but the best part is seeing everyone hungry for more. We respect what we did at Anfield, but it's only one step. This team has a lot more to show. He also praised Amorim's impact on the dressing room, adding, "The coaches brought belief, structure, and togetherness. Everyone knows their job now. It feels like we're a family again." And while the players worked hard on the pitch, transfer discussions continue behind the scenes. According to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United's January plans remain steady and strategic. No panic buys, just smart moves. Romano reports that Amorim and the board are focused on strengthening two positions, a left back to provide depth behind Luke Shaw and a right winger to rotate with Mbeumo. Scouts have been keeping close tabs on Sporting CP's Gonzalo Inacio, though Amorim's main priority is maintaining squad harmony rather than overhauling. There's also growing interest in bringing in a young creative midfielder to complement Bruno Fernandes, though no names have been made public yet. Romano summed it up perfectly. Amorim wants to add quality without losing chemistry. This United project is long-term, not short-term reaction. As training wrapped up, Amorim smiled, watching his players joke around, Fernandes nutmegging Maguire, and Mbeumo practicing volleys long after others left the pitch, and Lammens staying late to do extra saves. It wasn't the look of a team celebrating a big win. It was the look of a team preparing for bigger battles ahead. The energy around Carrington feels different now, purposeful, unified, and quietly confident. Players are responding to Amorim's philosophy: work hard, stay humble, and trust the process. Manchester United's next fixture looms and expectations are high, but for Amorim and his squad, that's the new normal. Every match is a test, every training session a building block towards something greater. As one insider put it, under Amorim, it's no longer about bouncing back, it's about building up. And with Mbeumo in electric form, Fernandes orchestrating, and Lammens growing into a Premier League star, it's becoming clear that this Manchester United isn't just chasing points, they're chasing perfection. Carrington is alive again. The laughter, the sweat, the grind, it all feels like the rebirth of a dynasty. And as Amorim walked off the training ground with his hands behind his back and that quiet smile on his face, one could almost feel what he was thinking. We've only just begun. Because for this new Manchester United, Anfield wasn't the climax, it was the warning shot, and the Premier League has officially been put on notice. As the sun dipped behind the Carrington stands, one thing was clear: Manchester United are no longer the sleeping giant. They are the awakening storm.